taller than me. Should say you're taller than me.
But I feel like I'm
Extra taller than me. Yeah, that's it.
take this one.
I was like, why should I? Amazonian.
There we go.
Ratty is high for
No,
true.
you are taller.
Jamaica boy. Bun
I
bun.
don't want to laugh.
Don't make me laugh. We're going professional face. Professional face. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Bun bun. We've reached rooftops, Manchester. We've come a long way since home.
Yeah.
Just life in Manchester, man. It clearly agrees with you. How's it been?
It's been great, you know. I have family here. I have 4 uncles, cousins, you know.
In true Jamaican style,
Yes.
bring the whole family, yeah.
Yeah, so ever since I arrived, they helped me off the pitch, and obviously my teammates have helped me on the pitch to settle down within the club, move around and everything. So it's been great.
And I mean, in true Jamaican style, usually the first thing that I know I did when I first moved to London was Google Jamaican food near me. How is it in Manchester? You find any good places?
So I tell you, when I arrived, I remember Chloe Kelly came back. And
Chloe's almost half Jamaican now.
So,
Don't.
so she was like, how is everything? Are you settling in? And I'm like, I can't find a Jamaican restaurant. She's like, okay, no worries, I got you. And I'm looking at Chloe like,
Yeah.
how? Like, you know it? And she was like, yeah, after training we go. And I watched her first. I said, no, you order her first. And she ordered a curry goat. And I'm looking at this girl
But
like,
is it proper goat?
proper goat, plantains, rice and peas. And I'm like, so that was, Chloe was the first one to take me to a Jamaican restaurant.
And again, in terms of settling in, I know obviously you mentioned Chloe that helped you make you feel home finding the food, but you actually came when Raheem was still a part of Man City. He must have shown you the ropes as well there too.
Yeah, you know, before I never met Raheem, and I remember I was in Jamaica and I went to the gym and I came back and I saw a video on my phone and I'm like, what is this? And so I saw his face and I'm like, wait, what?
Raheem, I just want to welcome you to the Man City family. You're coming into a beautiful family. It's a close-knit group, the women's team and the men's team, so I'm sure I'll see you soon.
Then, you know, it was a vibe, and then, you know, I remember my first encounter with him. We were in the gym in the indoor, and I was, you know, doing my gym, and as I was doing the deadlift and I took the weight up and I look up and I saw him, I just dropped the weight. And I was like, what? And our eyes made 4, and, you know, he welcomed me and we were just talking. But yeah, whenever like I had like difficult moments throughout the season, he was one that I would always call, and you know, he was always a phone call away, always replying to my messages, encouraging me. And so yeah, having that like big brother kind of just to help you when you have difficult moments within the club is great.
Man like Razzle Dazzle, good man.
Yeah,
He's a good youth, as
yeah.
we'll say. When you signed and moved over here, like you said, you were lucky enough to have the family and
Yeah.
everybody kind of waiting for you. But what surprised you most, I suppose, about getting into the Manchester City system?
I think how detailed it is and specific, because I remember when I signed here, Ellen got injured and I had to just go in right
That's
away.
some
I wasn't
big shoes to
I
try
wasn't
fill.
prepared. I was just like, and then just being out there, I was a bit confused about why triangles and where to stay. So I think the way we play is very, very specific and it's very detailed. And I think that was one of the main things that surprised me. Like I knew watching them from outside, they played a certain way, but I didn't know the fine details. It was like that, very specific, and the manager demanded a lot out of us. So I think that was probably the biggest thing that surprised me when I came.
Is that something that you'd say you've had to work on specifically, or what specifically you've had to work on? Because the first season, of course, you know, everyone has the growing pains, but now, I mean, you're a star girl.
Yeah, it took me a while. I think it took me my first year up until probably December, and I remember vividly one day after training I was walking in upset because I wasn't getting it right. And I remember Lucy ran up to me and she was like, are you okay? And I was telling her that like I can't get this. And she was like, you're thinking about it too much. Like we played against each other in France, and the bunny that I played against in France is not the Bunny that I'm seeing right now. So she was saying, how about you incorporate your strengths into the way how City plays and see how that works. And I think, you know, I took that and I tried it and it started working, and then here we are now.
Who's become like your close friend? You mentioned Chloe again, as I said, because she's coming like half Jamaican now. But who really have you taken to? Who are the
I
top
think
best friends?
they have categories. When it's
all right,
food,
let's start with the categories.
So when it's food, you have Demi. Steph just now joined the pack.
The food pack.
Yes,
the
and now
foodies.
you have Chloe. When it's music, you have Alex Greenwood because she's a vibe. You have Chloe. I swear Chloe knows more music than I do.
What?
Yeah.
All genres or?
Dancehall is Chloe. When I first arrived, I remember I recorded the music that was playing in the locker room and sent back home because I could not
so what
believe.
is this guy?
Vibes Cartel, Spice. And I was like, what is going on? But at first I was like, are they doing this because I'm new?
But they know all the words.
But then they knew all the words. They were dancing. They were
know the
singing.
dances?
And I was like, nah, this ain't right. So different. So you have the food, you have the music,
and vibes.
and then the person that I chill with is Philippa. She's from Sweden. We came in the same time last year. We were having difficult moments last year as well. And funny enough, we were kind of like the quiet ones. So we just took on to each other and now, you know.
Here we are.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because I remember the first game that I came to watch it this season, which was against Villa. And that one obviously didn't end how you'd want it to end. And I remember you were frustrated. And I think of that game now, because then I see you now, you know, nominated for WSL Player of the Season, busting bare records and stuff, which we'll get to in a bit. What do you think is the one thing that's changed or the one thing that's clicked, if you can put your finger on it?
I think just being more consistent, playing more consistent, because last year I felt like I was in and out of the team. And, you know, coming into this season, I know that, okay, I'm going to get the opportunity to do what I can do and show, you know, what I'm about. And, you know, I've just got that opportunity and just grabbed it with two hands, and I've just put all the hard work and effort on the pitch and, you know, build good relationships with the players around me, and it's just been working ever since.
You become such a star, girl. We're proud of you. Can't done every day. But the record, let's talk about this goal scoring record. I talk to so many footballers that obviously say they don't watch their personal records. They don't really pay attention to that. Were you aware of it when you were at least one goal away or something?
Yeah, I remember we played, was it Bristol away when I scored the 4 goals, and Emma came to me and she was like, you know, you're 2 goals away from breaking the record. And for me, like, I put all my focus on performances and wanted to win, wanted to get good result, wanted to play well, and hopefully by me doing that, the goals will come because I know of the quality that we have within our squad. I know I'm gonna get opportunities. So my focus is just doing the right things, playing the way I know I can play, and hopefully, you know, I will arrive by scoring goals. And I remember when she told me I have 2 goals left, I was just looking at her like, 4, 4, 4, and when she told me, I was just buzzing, and I was like, okay, well, we have a lot more games to come, so hopefully, you know, I could break that record. And
hopefully, you knew it was coming.
Yeah, and when I scored the goal to break the record, I think, you know, I was more so happy about the team and the performance, and then, you know, afterwards, I found out that, you know, I have the record for the most goals in the season, so yeah.
Opportunity to shoot, perhaps, able to pull it back to a clearance only as far as Kelly. Little high boot from her. It's Shaw who turns, and that might well be the winner. 89 minutes played, and Bunny Shaw could well have given her team all 3 points here at Broadfield Stadium.
And I mean, judging by, I feel like you blink and you score a goal these days. What is it? What's that feeling like, if you can explain to us regular people, like when you just know everything is clicking?
I think, you know, sometimes it's like certain actions before you even score. You know, whether that mean the team wants you to hold the ball up and you do that perfectly. You know, okay, this feels good.
Yeah.
You make a pass, connects that pass. You're like, okay, So it's, I think, the feeling that you have within the game, you can then sense that, okay, I'm going to get an opportunity to score. So it's just a matter of focusing on when you get that opportunity to try to put the ball in the back of the net. Sometimes you can score early.
Yeah.
And at that point, I think for a striker or attacking player, nothing beats scoring early, because that then gives you momentum to want to score more and help the team and keep going. So,
and I mean, you still have so much to obviously achieve, but knowing that at your age, so early on in your career here too at City, you have this record already. How does that make you feel?
It's great, and you know, it's the sky. I think the sky is the limit for me. I can look back and say I have a lot more to improve and I have a lot more to grow. And I think, you know, being here at City will definitely like help that. And I think for me, you know, I know what I'm capable of, and I know how I can help the team. And I think it's just for me to continue doing the right things and working hard.